You clicked on this video looking for an MP5 class setup, but I'm going to do you one better. This is the most broken SMG class I've ever made. And to find out why it's the most broken SMG class, make sure you stay tuned till the end of the video. I'm going to roll some clips right now to show off this gun in its prime. Alright lads, here is the attachment screen for the MP5. Just so you're all aware, I'm using the Way Chivo version, that's the blueprint, but it is not important as long as you have the gun maxed out or at least a very high level. I'm going to run through each and every one of these attachments very quickly, and at the end of the video I'm going to be showing you the perk, the lethals, everything else that I'm using with this class setup that makes it a great class, as well as the weapon tuning. The weapon tuning is fundamental, and I'll explain why right now. You can see we're using the Lockman Pulsar barrel. This barrel doesn't actually increase range or damage or anything like that, it decreases it. But yet when you look at our modifications, everything is in the green except for our mobility and handling, and that's due to the weapon tuning we're using. Basically, we counteract the negative effects of some of these attachments by changing a lot of our weapon tuning for speed. And I'll explain all that again at the end of the video. If you want it and you're very interested, make sure you stick around and definitely subscribe to the channel. All these attachments, we're running the Lockman Pulsar barrel, we're running the X10 RR40 muzzle, which is a suppressor to keep us off the radar, we're running the Hex 40 grip, we're running the Lockman TCG10 rear grip, and then the FP mobile stock. Okay, they're all the attachments we're running for this video, and I'm going to explain all the weapon tuning at the end. Let's hop into some gameplay and show you how feisty this weapon actually is.
Target down.
The lead is ours.
They're shooting at you. Fire. Enemy in the area.
Why is there so much fun?
Standing by.
They're down. Switching max. I'm taking fire. Changing max.
The UAV is active.
Why doesn't Sentry kill him? Why doesn't the Sentry kill him? Sentry's just standing there, clueless when it doesn't kill him.
Come on.
Charlie. Covering. Objective Bravo secure. Securing Alpha.
Taking round. I'm taking fire.
Holy shit!
You can go there.
Enemy is securing Charlie. UAV ready for landing.
So thank you for making it to the end of the video. If you have not subscribed or liked the video, consider doing so. Drop a comment and request what weapon class setup you would like to see next. I've got the Chivo build. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but that is the blueprint I mentioned that I'm using at the start. Just if you want to go ahead and use it, there's no added advantage. I just like the way it makes the gold camo look. We're running a Tonfa as our secondary. You can use any melee weapon for that extra bit of speed. I find that it helps a lot. If you want to use a pistol, go ahead and do so. Tactical, we're using the stim. As you've probably seen throughout the video, I tend to always use stims because I find myself getting into a lot of sticky situations. We're using a throwing knife just to finish off people who are in last stand, and I just find a few easy throwing knife kills around the map. You know, as you do, it boosts the confidence. Field upgrades, they don't really matter, it's up to you, but I like dead silence for a bit of speed and a munitions box if I'm on a streak. Despite having scavenger, I do use a munitions box. That's why I have it set as an option for my field upgrade. So if I don't want the ammo box, I don't need to take it, but often I find myself needing it when I go on long streaks. We're using the extra tactical, so again that means we have 2 stims, which is really good. The hard line, which is reducing our kill streak cost, getting us off the bat really quickly, because I tend to use counter UAVs and UAVs which are low kill streaks, but having them even quicker gives us a bit of an advantage. Quick fix, obviously again we run into a lot of sticky situations. Now I will show you the weapon tuning. Congratulations on making it all the way to the weapon tuning part of this video. Let me go and explain everything very quickly. I will put up all of the tuning for each attachment and slightly explain it, just letting the stats do the job for itself. You can see that we have nothing in the red, making this MP5 build fully well-rounded, great in every single area. When we go into our Lockman pulsar barrel here for the weapon tuning, you can see that we've got everything twisted to aim down sight speed, and we've got it almost full on recoil steadiness. Moving on to the next attachment, I'm going to explain why we're going for recoil steadiness with this and not aim walking speed. Simply because that's a smaller barrel, but we make up for it here with the X10 RR muzzle, and we're going towards recoil smoothness but not too far away from aim down sight speed, because we are trying to keep a bit of speed with this weapon. As you can see, nothing was in the red. This is what it should look like, but with the weapon tuning, obviously we've negated all those negative effects. Make sure bullet velocity is all the way up or around the .90 range. The reason for that is because we have a small barrel, like I said earlier. Now when we go into our under barrel, make sure you go in here and turn everything down towards the max. Hip walking speed not quite at the max, but nearly there. The reason for this is we're trying to get our speed up. Look, we got our recoil and accuracy up, but we need to get that speed up because again we're almost out of the red zone with this handling. Moving over to our rear grip, you can see again we're going sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed. Building on that speed is very important, so that's what we're going to do. And then towards our last attachments, this is what makes it a beautiful weapon. Aim idle speed. We need to get our stability back. That way when we're aiming down sights and we're moving while aiming down sights, the gun doesn't sway too much, so we can stay on target while making ourselves more difficult to hit. Really important that you're putting that all the way up. And then when you're aim down sight speed, again going for that last final push of speed, which is actually what evens out this weapon. You notice how we put on a very heavy barrel, a very heavy muzzle, a very heavy underbarrel, a rear grip, things that tend to slow the weapon down, yet we tune them for speed, so therefore everything is looking pretty professional. We've got a well-rounded, well-controllable gun with not a lot of negative effects, pretty much none in the red zone like I said earlier. Hopefully you found this video enjoyable, and drop a subscription so that way you stay up to date with all these videos that we're posting pretty much daily over here, and we post all of these class attachment videos in short form if you want to watch them. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.